This lesson is on comparing three-digit numbers, finding out if numbers are greater than, less than, or equal to one another. When we're comparing numbers, we find out the amount and compare them to one another to see which one is more and which one is less. If we look at the numbers 10 and 3, we know that 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's worth 10 of something. If we look at 3, 1, 2, 3, we know that's worth 3 of something. Well, in this instance, when we compare the two numbers, we know that 10 is more than 3. There's a special sign we use. It's called the greater than sign, and it looks like this right here to show that one number is greater than another number. And I like to pretend like it's like an alligator mouth with its little teeth, and it eats the bigger or the greater number. When we look at the numbers 28 and 10, we know that 28 is greater than 10. We're going to use our greater than symbol here. It's like the mouth is eating the bigger number. 28 is greater than 10. Let's look at two more numbers. We have 158 on this side and 132 on this side. We know that 158 is greater than 132, so our mouth is going to eat the bigger number. That's our symbol for greater than. Let's look at two more numbers. Let's look at 200 and 310. Well, we know that 310 is greater than 200, so we want the open part of the symbol to be facing the bigger number, because 310 is greater than 200. We also have a symbol for less than. It's the same symbol, it just depends on where the point is pointing and where the mouth is pointing. When we look at the numbers 227 and 280, we know that 227 is less than 280. And our less than symbol looks like this. When the point right here is pointing to the smaller number, that's when we use that symbol. The mouth on this side is still pointing to the bigger number, but the point is pointing to the smaller number. Let's look at another example. On this one, we have 92 on this side and 100 on this side. Well, we know that 92 is less than 100, so we want to make sure that the point is pointing to the smaller number and the open part, like our alligator mouth, is pointing to the bigger number. Let's look at another one. Here we have equal, and equal is easy. When the number on this side and the number on this side are the same, they're equal. And this is our symbol for equal. These numbers are the same. If we have 900 and 900, same thing again. These are the same numbers, they're worth the same. So we're going to say 900 is equal to 900. Let's do them all mixed up and see if we can figure them out. On this side we have 781, and on this side we have 781. Well, like we just said, if they're the same, they're equal. We're going to use the equal sign. 781 is equal to 781. Let's look at the numbers 527 and 526. Well, 527 is one more than 526, so it's greater. So we'll have the open part of our symbol pointing to the bigger number and the small point pointing to the smaller number. And we would read this always from left to right, and it would say 527 is greater than 526. Let's look at two more numbers. Let's look at 310 and 410. Well, we know that 310 is less than 410, so we'll make our point to the smaller number and our mouth open to the bigger number. This would read 310 is less than 410. Now sometimes we'll have pictures You do it the same way. You just find out how much is the picture worth before we decide the symbol. Here we have tens and ones, so let's count up and see what we have on each side. This is 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. And I always think it's a good idea to go ahead and write the number under the picture so you don't forget how much it was. Let's go to the other side. We have 10, 20, 30, 31. Write our number here. Well, we know that 23 is less than 31, so the point points to the smaller number and the open part points to the bigger number. And this would read 23 is less than 31. Let's look at some more place value blocks and add them up. We know that this big square block is worth 100, so this is 100, 110, plus one more is 111. Let's go ahead and write it so we don't forget how much it's worth. Let's count the other side. This is 100, 110, 111. They're the same, they're equal, so we'll put the equal sign in the middle. 111 is equal to 111. Let's do one more like this. We have 100, 200, 201, 202, 203. I'm going to write this one on the top up here. This is 203. Let's count the other side. We have 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 231, 232, 233. This is worth 233. Well, we know that 203 is less than 233, so we'll put in our correct symbol. The points to the smaller number and the open points to the bigger number. It would read 203 is less than 233. Sometimes you have to solve part of the problem before we can decide which symbol goes in. On this side, it says 20 plus 20, so first we have to solve what that is. Well, if we stacked 20 on top of 20 and we added it together, we know that 0 plus 0 is 0 and 2 plus 2 is 4. So this side is 40. And again, you need to go ahead and write the number so you don't forget how much it's worth. Well, over here, the number's already done for us. It's 40. And we know that 40 is the same as 40, so this would read 40 is equal to 40. On this problem, on this side, the number's already here for us. It's 162. But over here, we have some work to do. 100 plus 35. So if we stack 100 on top of 35, we know that 0 plus 5 is 5, 0 plus 3 is 3, bring our 1 down, the answer is 135. 162 is greater than 135, so our mouth needs to eat the bigger number. That concludes our lesson today on greater than, less than, and equal to comparing three-digit numbers.